Welcome, electronic video guests, to the outer limits of the trading card hobby, TTM. Through the mail, we seek to have the famous and the infamous sign the trading cards and photographs we send to them through the mail. Today we have 10 such specimens to examine. 10 trading card autograph request return specimens to examine. And we will be examining these specimens in minute detail. So if you like seeing envelopes being cut open, you've come to the right place. Sit back, relax, get ready to enjoy the fun presented to you from the worldwide YouTube video airfill. How about that? We got us a Thursday TTM special. Killing a little time until the Amazon Prime Thursday night football game between the Chargers and the Broncos. That should be a good one. Got some playoff seeding on the line in that game. But we're going to do our TTMs. And then speaking of playoffs, we got the college, the new 12-team format. College playoffs coming up this weekend. We'll give you our picks. And for that, after we do our TTMs, maybe we'll have a contest to give away this sweet 2024 Panini Instant Amon-Ra St. Brown headstand card. Check out that beautiful card. Only 1,840 of these exist. You could win one of them. You could. It's going to be a tough contest. Ain't going to be no easy one. But we'll tell you about that once we get done with our TTMs and college football playoff preview. All right, but let's get started. We got business to take care of. TTMs 10 on a Thursday. Let's start out with TTM number 1. Let's see where this one's coming to us from. The hellhole of the USA, Tampa St. Pete on the Gold Coast. Oh boy, it's the Gold Coast, but the people at best are copper or nickel. They got copper or nickel people on the Gold Coast. Well, let's see what we got coming to us from Tampa St. Pete. Let's cut this bad boy open. TTM number 1. See who we got. Oh, how about that? The old tight end, Jimmy Giles. Look at that. That's a nice signature. What does that say? There's his number and his name. Bucks. What is that? Well, maybe Bucks Ring of Fame or something, or Hall of Fame. Bucks something. Ring of Honor. Bucks ROH Ring of Honor. Very nice. Jimmy Giles, 72 years old or 70 years old. Look at this sweet 1982 Topps rookie card. How about that? Jimmy Giles. Played his college ball at Alcorn State, was the Oilers' third-round pick in 1977. Played 1 year in Houston, then went to Tampa, where he had several good seasons, 4 Pro Bowl years. Still holds the Tampa record for most TD catches in a game with 4. He did that against Miami in 1985. For his career, old Jimmy caught 350 passes for 5,084 yards. That's a very nice 14.5 yards per catch for a tight end. Not bad. 41 touchdowns. Jimmy Giles. Look at that sweet 1982 Topps rookie card. Thank you for that sweet signature and inscription. Jimmy Giles. Yeah, that's a good way to start. Let me get a little sip of my beverage, or I need one already after just one TTM. that's some good stuff in there. All right. TTM number 2. That's coming to us from Los Angeles, California. Let's see what we got coming to us from Los Angeles, California. Oh, we got us a custom art card. That means we probably got us a celebrity non-athlete. Is it signed? Oh, check that one out, huh? Look at that. Michael Mann, director of one of America's greatest movies, Heat. Look at that. You see, that's Al Pacino, Robert De Niro, and that is the director of that masterpiece, Michael Mann. Look at that nice Sharpie. He uses special color. Got a little bit smeared, as you can see, but hey, that ain't bad. Michael Mann, how about that? 81 years old. Celebrated American filmmaker, renowned for his visually striking and emotionally intense storytelling. He emerged in the 1980s with Thief, remember that one? And then he had the hit cult TV series Miami Vice. Mann solidified his reputation as a master of crime dramas. His 1985 epic, or 1995 epic, right here, Heat, is widely regarded as a genre-defining classic. Other notable films of his include Manhunter. That is the best Hannibal Lecter movie by far. Much better than Silence of the Lambs. He also did The Last of the Mohicans. I know several people, that's one of their favorites also. And they did the corporate thriller The Insider. Remember that one with Russell Crowe? Very good. Mann's films, including Collateral and Ali, are characterized by meticulous attention to detail, complex characters, and atmospheric cinematography, making him one of the most significant figures in modern cinema. Michael Mann, director of Heat and Manhunter. How about that? That is a sweet one. That is one of our best returns. Michael Mann, how about that? Thank you, sir. All right, that was a great one. Let's keep going. What we got here? Oh, New Orleans, Louisiana. How about that? Let's see what we got from Nolans. How about that? Hey, speaking of New Orleans, this fella here's from not too far away, and he was familiar with some of the seedier parts of New Orleans, I think, too. But what a coincidence. What do we got right here? Oh, how about that rookie card? Torrance Small, 54 years old. This is 1992. Upper Deck Star rookie card. How about that? Played his college ball at Alcorn State, just like Jimmy Giles. How about that? Two guys from Alcorn State. He was the Saints' 5th round pick in 1992. Played for them for 5 years, then 2 years with the Eagles, 1 year with the Colts, Patriots, and Cardinals. He really bounced around. He caught 346 passes, 4,602 yards, 13.3 yards per catch, 31 touchdowns. He also had 2 rushing touchdowns. Torrance Small, thank you, sir, for signing your 1992 Upper Deck rookie card. That came out great. Torrance Small. All right. We got 3 down. Let's see what we got next. Let's just keep going. Got to bust through 10 of these in some college football playoff. Harrisburg, PA. Oh boy, what do we got from Harrisburg? They changed the name. They used to be called something else, but they changed the name to honor Kamala Harris. They changed the name to Harrisburg. Little known fact. Oh, Chris Hackle. How about that? Chris Hackle, 55 years old. This is his 92 Pro Set rookie card. Look at that. Chris Hackle. Look at that signatures, like, I guess, initials, maybe CH. Look at that. That is sweet. Now, he played quarterback in college at William and Mary in 1991. He led NCAA Division I AA in total offense, set the school single-season passing record, 3,414 yards, was the Redskins' fourth-round pick in '92, never played a down in a regular season game. He's currently a high school coach in Pennsylvania. Chris Hackle, how about that? Look at that sweet 92 Pro Set rookie card. That is a great looking card. Look at that. Chris Hackle. William and Mary. All right. Let's see next here. We've got something coming from Boise, Idaho. Boise State's in the college playoffs. Is this a Boise State guy? Let's see what it is. Let me see. Oh yeah, we do got a Boise State guy. Very appropriate. Old Shea McClellan, remember him? Man, that came out great. Look at that 2012 score rookie card. Great signature. Got his number on there. Oh yeah, he was a great pass rusher on that outstanding 2011 Boise State team that went 12-1, including a win over Georgia in the Georgia Dome. He had 2.5 sacks in that game. He was the Bears' first-round pick in 2012. Played for them for 4 years. Then he went to New England. Was a starter on the Patriots that had that epic comeback win over the Falcons in the Super Bowl. Remember that? He was a starter on that great comeback Patriots Super Bowl championship team. You know he's going to be watching them playoffs in Boise State. They got a bye in the first round, but he'll be watching. See who's Boise State going to play. Boise gets the winner of Penn State SMU. All right, interesting. We'll look at that in more detail in just a minute here, but thank you, Mr. Shea McClellan, Boise State legend. That is a beautiful looking 2012 score rookie card. All right, we got to keep going. We got about, 5 more of these things to do. This next one's coming to us from Fort Myers, Florida. All right, let's see what we got from Fort Myers. Fort Myers, Florida. Oh, we got a note back. Maybe he's got somebody answer the questions finally. We got some. Oh, 2. Look. Wow, you know what? Oh, this. Yeah, I thought this was a trading card for me. This looks like a gospel track, but let's check out the card first. I sent Mr. Gary Quazzo his 1968 Topps rookie card. Look at that beautiful vintage card. Beautifully signed with, of course, the famous John 3:16 on it. For God so loved the world, he gave his only begotten Son. Whosoever to believe him should not perish, but have everlasting life. You all know that one. If you don't, you ought to know it. Look at this sweet vintage Topps rookie card, 1968. Look at this here. Gary almost became a dentist instead of playing pro ball. Well, you know, I think after his career he did finish his dentistry. I believe he did become a dentist. 83 years old, played quarterback for Virginia, was an undrafted free agent signed by the Colts in 1963. He was the great Johnny Unitas' backup quarterback for a few years. In his first start in 1965, he threw at that time an NFL record 5 touchdown passes. How about that? That was probably the highlight of his career. He moved on to the expansion New Orleans Saints, was their first starting quarterback. Then he went to Minnesota. He led, I say led, but he was the quarterback on that great Vikings defense-led team that had a 12-2 record in 1970. But that Viking defense, man, they carried the team. Quazzo, he completed less than 50% of his passes and only had 7 TD passes that whole season. That tells you how dominant that Viking defense was. But he had a terrible performance in the Vikings playoff loss to the 49ers. Only completed 9 of 27 passes. Gary Quazzo. But hey, how about that? And he sent us, it looks like he's got his own little gospel card. Let's check it out. Put that up there so you can read it. 1965 was the backup quarterback to the great John Unitas. Near the end of the season, was injured. I got to start my first game against the Vikings. I was, as athletes say, in the zone. 5 touchdown passes, like we said. NFL Player of the Week. Baltimore Colt record. After another Unitas injury, he had opportunity to start with the division title at stake. In the second quarter, I was sacked and thrown helplessly to the ground, being thrown down on my left shoulder. 2 Packers. Shoulder was separate and required surgery. Life deals us many sacks. What does the veteran quarterback do after a sack? He gets up, regroups, returns to the huddle, and calls another play. He anticipates a better outcome, trusting the game plan was prepared properly. I realized my life game plan wasn't prepared properly and learned about a relationship with God from close friend Raymond Berry, Hall of Fame wide receiver for the Colts, who called himself a Christian. I lacked an understanding of one of the most important beliefs in the Christian faith. By placing our trust in Jesus Christ's atoning death on the cross, we are saved. Will you pray a prayer as Gary has, repenting of the sin in your life and asking Jesus Christ to be the Lord and Savior of your life? I guess you got to just scan this little, what do they call it, QR code or something like that, and you can read more about Gary's journey into faith. That would be something else. I think you all should do that. Thank you so much for sending this card. truthinsports.org, Gary Quazzo. Learned the most important lesson in life. The faith of Christ is what saves. If you want to enter into the kingdom of God, you better have the faith of Christ. And like I said, scan that code, read more about it. Pick up the Bible. He's got John 3:16 on there. I suggest the greatest book in the Bible is the Gospel of John. You read that, you'll get everything you need to know. You'll know exactly Jesus' personality, the image of God, Jesus here walking on earth, reflecting the Heavenly Father. If you want to know what that's all about, read the Gospel of John, the greatest book in the Bible. That tells you Jesus in an up-close, completely personal way. You have a better understanding of the Heavenly Father's plan for all of us. But check that, Gary Quazzo. Thank you, sir. Hey, let's see if he answered any questions on the note. I don't remember what I asked him now. Gary Quazzo. Oh, yeah, look at this. He played for a couple of all-time great coaches. Who was a better coach, Don Shula or Bud Grant? Hard to pick. Both had different, I guess that's strengths. Who was the best receiver he ever threw to? Raymond Berry, of course, the Hall of Famer, and the Christian who opened his eyes to the gospel of Jesus Christ. How about that? Thank you, Gary Quazzo. God bless you for being an ambassador to Christ. Thank you for signing your 1968 Topps rookie card. Look at that beautiful vintage Topps card. All right, that was one of the best returns and little gospel cards we ever received. Let's keep going. This here's coming to us from Houston, Texas. Let's see what we got from the Lone Star State. Oh, we got us another Baltimore Colt, Mr. Raymond Butler. Beautifully signed. 68 years old, 1981 Topps rookie card. Look at that. Ray Butler. Played his college ball at the University of Southern California, was the Colts' 4th-round pick in 1980, made the all-rookie team. For his 9-year career, he caught 239 passes, 3,948 yards, 16.5 yards per catch. Good deep ball guy. 37 TDs. Ray Butler, thank you, sir. Really appreciate that. 1981 Topps rookie card. All right. We got 3 left. We got one coming to us from New York, New York. They claim it's the most important city in the galaxy. Can you believe the honor we have of getting a letter postmarked from the capital of the galaxy, New York City? What do we got here? Oh, look at this. How about that? That is beautiful. Look at that signature on there from Miss Patti Smith. You remember her, 67 years old, singer-songwriter, best known as the lead vocalist of the 1980s rock band Scandal. There's all her info right there. Of course, you know she rose to fame with hits like The Warrior and Goodbye to You. That is a classic, Goodbye to You, showcasing her powerful voice and emotive delivery. After Scandal, she pursued a successful solo career, releasing albums that featured chart-topping singles such as Sometimes Love Just Ain't Enough, a duet she did, of course, with Don Henley. Her music blends rock, pop, and heartfelt ballads, earning her critical and commercial success. Of course, she's married to tennis legend John McEnroe. Patti Smith. Hey, this card came out great, didn't it? And this is a, what would you call this? This is called First Series Rockstar Concert Cards, put out in 1984. Distributed by Amon-Ra Products. Rockstar Concert Cards, number 59. How about that? Patti Smith. That came out great. All right, thank you. We got 2 left. This one here's coming to us from Louisville, Kentucky. What do we got from Louisville, Kentucky? Looks like we got our note back. Oh, and there is the card. Oh, beautiful. Kyle Macy, 67 years old. This is a beautiful 81-82 Topps rookie card. Kyle Macy, remember this guy? Indiana high school basketball legend. Had a great freshman year at Purdue. Then he transferred to Kentucky where he won a national title in 1978. SEC Player of the Year in 1980. First round pick by the Suns, played 7 years in the NBA. Averaged 9.5 points per game. Kyle Macy, Indiana high school legend. Let me see what he put on the note. I don't remember. I think I asked him about a game I seen him play at Chrysler Arena. I seen him. Oh, look at this! Not my note. This is an actual. Look at his own. Look at that stationery. I don't want to show his address. This is his actual stationery. Kyle Macy. Got my address there. Let me cover that up. I'll show my address. Let me just read it off the screen. But I'll put it like this so you don't see my address. Kyle Macy. Of course, you can rewind and go back and look at it if you really want to know. Oh yeah, I told him I was cleaning out my basement, found his card. That's what I do to most of these. I go down to my basement, look through my old cards. This card brings back a lot of good memories for me as well. Yep. Oh yeah, talking about that game I saw at Chrysler Arena back in Ann Arbor, Michigan. We played in the Big Ten. If I remember correctly, I made a shot at the end of the first half from near half court in that Purdue, Michigan game. That's correct. My father was the best coach I ever played for. I asked him who his best coach was. He taught me growing up and actually coached me in high school. He was not only an outstanding coach, but also a very good player. We had many fun one-on-one games when I was growing up. Wishing you all the best. Sincerely, Kyle Macy. Well, that is a great letter. Yep, I seen him play in person when he was at Purdue. his freshman year at Chrysler Arena against the Wolverines. Of course, he went on to have a great career also at Kentucky and in the NBA. Indiana High School basketball legend Kyle Macy, thank you for signing your rookie card on that fantastic note. Really appreciate it. All right, we have come down to the final. This is TTM number 10. Well, we got another one from Houston, Texas. All right, let's see. We got another good luck from Houston. Houston, Texas. Okay. Well, Jose Altuve, Tiny Tove, the Tiny Tove of baseball. He said, I guess this tiny ball player also has a tiny heart. Maybe this holiday season his heart will grow 3 sizes like the Grinch's did. Jose Altuve said, no, I cannot sign it. He took the trouble to put it back into my return envelope and send it back to me, but it was the extra effort required of signing it was too much for him. Whether he thought he was too important, too high up to be bothered, but at least he returned the card. Jose Altuve. Let's hope, like the Grinch, that his heart grows 3 sizes this holiday season. All right. That's kind of a bummer way to end it, but so be it. All right, let's get on. Let's move on to something a little more positive, a little more fun. How about some college football playoffs? First year, we got a 12-team playoff. This is the bracket. You can see the teams that got a bye is Oregon, Arizona State, Boise, and Georgia. That's some crazy stuff. We got 4 ball games this weekend. Here's what we got. Friday night, Indiana getting 7.5 at Notre Dame. Give me Indiana. I like Indiana's defense. I think, and I don't trust Riley Leonard. I think he's going to have trouble with Indiana's defense. I think Indiana not only will cover, they will shock the world and beat Notre Dame in South Bend. And then we got SMU getting 8.5 at Penn State. Would this count as a big game win for James Franklin? I don't know. They're 8.5-point favorite. They're at home. I don't know if you would count it as them finally winning a big game. In fact, look at their bracket. They got a pretty easy draw. If they win this game, then they get Boise State. I mean, that would be not the tough, and not even, those are, I mean, those are not powerhouses, SMU and Boise State. I know they're both having good years and they've had some success in the past, but that's, in fact, if you look at their draw, that's an easier draw than what Oregon got. Oregon had to play Tennessee or Ohio State. That's crazy. Oregon would have to play Tennessee or Ohio State, and then probably Texas. I mean, that Penn State kind of lucked out with their draw. But anyway, I hate to pick James Franklin, but Penn State, I just gotta believe that I'm not a believer in SMU. Let's put it that way. They were lucky to get back in that game against Clemson. If they get behind Penn State like they do against Clemson, they are not coming back. I'll be pulling for SMU. I want them to win, but I think Penn State will win. Then we got Clemson get 11 at Texas. Texas is going to shut down Cade Klubnik. Klubnik only has big games against poor defenses. Texas is going to fluster him. Watch him turn the ball over a couple of times. I think Texas wins that game pretty easily. And then the big game of the weekend, Tennessee getting 7 at Ohio State. How about that game? Ryan Day. Oh, my goodness. We all know how Ohio State now, their whole season now is depending on them winning the national championship. They didn't beat Michigan. They didn't win the Big Ten. They got one shot left with the greatest roster ever assembled. $20 million spent to get this team built. I'm going with Tennessee. I don't think Will Howard is a good enough quarterback. I know Tennessee's got a young guy. I think, is he a redshirt? I don't think he's a true freshman. He's a redshirt freshman. I think he's a better quarterback than Will Howard. I think Tennessee's defense is going to create some havoc with Ohio State's offensive line. I think they're going to force a couple of turnovers. I think Tennessee not only covers, but I think Tennessee will win that game. And then we'll hear some more excuses from crying Ryan Day about, his team is still tough even though they didn't accomplish any of their goals. Let's go. We're all Tennessee fans this weekend. Ain't nobody outside the state of Ohoho want to see Ohoho State win. Go Vols. All right, so that's our little preview. Like I said, we're going to kind of tie that into giving away this beautiful 2024 Panini Instant Amon-Ra St. Brown headstand card. Look at that. There's only 1,840 of these. If you want to win this one, what do you got to do? Hey, you got to be exact. This is no contest. You got to get it right. Whoever gets it right, if there's more than one person somehow gets it right, we'll do a random drawing, but I don't think that's going to happen. This is a tough contest because this is a fairly rare card we're giving away. You got to let me know who will win the Tennessee-Ohoho State game. Not only that, you got to tell me the exact score. So you get down in the comments. If you think Tennessee, you're going to put hashtag Tennessee and then the score. So like hashtag Tennessee 2120. Or if you think Ohoho State will win, put hashtag Ohio 2421. You got to get the exact team that wins and the exact score. Not the closest. To win, you got to be exact in the team that wins and the final score. Get your entry in by 8:15 Eastern Time, Saturday night. All right, that is it. What a fantastic edition of TTM Thursday. Before we go, you got time to get you a book ordered for Amazon.com, a Christmas gift. Type in that author's name right there and that book title in the search field at Amazon. This book will come up. Order that. For anybody you know, including yourself, that likes to read good literary fiction that examines why it is that we sometimes go astray in life and get off the path, and how do we get back into the narrow way? Straight is the gate, narrow is the way, as Gary Quazzo would want us to do. If you want a graphic look at what can go wrong and how it can go right, hey, this is for big boys, big girls, big trannies, serious people who know what the important things in life are. Get them this book. All right, that is it. I guess we'll be back in a few days, God willing, with some more. Until then, remember, enjoy the rest of your life.